Welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today I've got two early reviews that we're going to be deep diving into. Needful Things on 4K Ultra HD, the brand new upcoming 4K release from Kino Lorber, and To Live and Die in LA, another upcoming new release that's on 4K Ultra HD for the first time ever. Now both of these releases were sent to me about 2 weeks early for review from Kino Lorber, and as always I really appreciate when the studio reaches out to me and sends me things early to review for all of you. Though, as all of you know, just because something's sent to me early for review, it never affects my testing data or my review score at the end of each of these videos. Now, I can tell you I have some good news in this video, and I have some pretty bad news in this video too. So there's a lot of things I discovered when going through my exclusive testing on both of these 4Ks. So you're not going to want to miss out on any of this information, because there is some things that'll determine whether you're going to want to buy either of these or upgrade to either of these. Now, if you enjoy and love movies and TV series, this channel is the place for you. So make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Now we're going to start off with the 1993 film Needful Things. Now this did get a brand new 4K scan of the original 35mm camera negatives. This is a native 4K 2160p with Dolby Vision and HDR10 on it. Now the original Blu Ray release came out in 2015 from Kino Lorber. That's what we're actually comparing to, in comparison to this brand new 4K scan that they did for this 4K Ultra HD release. As you're noticing in those native images up above, these are always the native images pulled directly from the Blu-ray and the 4K disc, without all of the artificial things your TV can do to change colors, saturation, things like that. This 4K release, I can tell you with the Dolby Vision, was a very nice improvement. It had much more depth and detail in the image. There was much more depth you could see in people's clothing and faces and hair. The new 4K scan they did for this, and then with the brand new color grading and master they did for the Dolby Vision and HDR10, drastically enhances the overall picture on this new 4K release. Though I will say some of the things I did encounter with testing on the image though was there was some slight scenes with digital noise and blocking, and that's where the film grain kind of clumped together and you could notice digital like blocks around it basically. There was only about 3 scenes throughout the film that I encountered it at all. They're brief, but they were in there and I just thought I'd point them out. They're very, very short. You'll only notice it for a quick second and then it's gone. And it doesn't appear throughout the entire thing, but it does go obviously into my review score at the end. Now, if you decide you're gonna buy either of these 4K releases that I'm reviewing today, though it is important to wait till the end of my review score to determine if you're gonna buy them. But if you decide you're going to, as always, I posted those direct links from Amazon in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section right below. Now, as I previously mentioned about the film grain, it is nicely filmic throughout the entire film. Other than some slight fluctuations and those slight clumping and digital noise you notice, it was a very nice presentation and was a nice improvement over that Blu-ray, especially in skin tones, and overall colors throughout the entire film looked drastically better on this new 4K Ultra HD release. Now, in comparison, Dolby Vision HDR10, Dolby Vision was only about 5% better looking than the HDR10. So both of them were very nice and pleasing images. So neither one of those you're gonna be disappointed with. If you only have HDR10 on your TV or your 4K player, you'll still enjoy it a whole lot. But Dolby Vision did just have a slight one up by about 5%. Audio-wise, you do get English, DTS, HD, Master Audio 5.1 and 2.0. And I can tell you the 5.1 I did enjoy, and it's very clear, clean, and didn't have any distortions in it. Now I will say the original 2015 Blu-ray release had some brief distortions that basically are completely gone on this. There's none of those where it goes up, down, and kind of fades out with the sound. It was very level, clean, and clear throughout the entire film on this 4K release. So I am happy those little things with the audio mix were completely fixed for this release. So that did make that an upgrade as well. Now, showing what you get in this is a first pressing slipcover. Kino Lorber has been doing a lot of these over their history. These only come in the first pressings. I do like this new slipcover. It does say Needful Things on the side, talks about the film. You do get an audio commentary. You also get the 191-minute television cut of the film on Blu-ray only. They did an HD upscale of that and put it onto the Blu-ray only because there was no original elements for them to do a full 4K of. Now, it does have the Devil's in the Detail, interview with the screenwriter, and then theatrical trailer as well. Now, I did like how Kino Lorber did a different artwork on the inside of the case. I like that a lot because it does give you two different options and adds to the collectability of this. Now, talking about the discs in here, this is your Blu Ray disc. I did test this as I always exclusively do. The Blu Ray is 100% Region A locked. That's with the television cut, the HD upscaled cut of the film on television, the 191-minute cut. That is on this Blu Ray. Your 4K Ultra HD disc, though, is 100% region free. Thankfully, unlike some studios that I've tested and referenced recently, this is 100% region free, so you won't have any issues playing this anywhere worldwide. Now, as I was referencing some of my testing that I went through on this was one of those things, because of how nice the depth and detail was in the image, I will tell you I dived into the rough average bitrate. This had a shockingly high and extremely strong and stable rough average bitrate of 100 megabits per second. It was one of those jaw-dropping bit rates that lended to why the image is so nice throughout the entire runtime of this film on 4K. Kino Lorber really stepped up the bar on this release and did an absolutely outstanding job with the rough average bitrate on this, providing the most they could on the 4K Ultra HD disc, which lends to why this looks so good and is such a big improvement over the 2015 previous Blu Ray release. And I'm very happy because this is one of those Stephen King adaptations that I've always really enjoyed. I will say it is rated R on the theatrical cut for some violence and language, but I always felt like it more felt like a PG-13 film. And I know that there was a little bit more violence and language, which kind of got it over that point, which made it R. But to me, it isn't very extreme at all. And I really enjoy the film. I think the acting is phenomenal in it. And I think the story keeps you guessing from beginning to end. And if you've ever watched Stephen King's mystery, horrors, things like that before, you'll know what you're in for on this film. And it is a very enjoyable film from the 90s that I've watched numerous times and was very excited to dive into again. Now, getting to my review score. For Needful Things on 4K Ultra HD from Kino Lorber, this gets an excellent 9.3. This is a must-buy. You're going to want to buy and add to your collection. If you decide you're going to buy this now, make sure to use that link I posted right down there in the description section right below. But this is one of those that I was very happy to add to the collection. I was happy with how this turned out, other than those slight nitpicky things I was talking about that I kind of wish would have been ironed out. 9.3 is still a great review score and is an excellent release on 4K Ultra HD by Kino Lorber. Really amazed me at the high bitrate as well, what they were able to do with this, which is why you'll notice it from beginning to end of this film. It is really just an impressive looking picture for a film from 1993. Now, let me know if you're gonna buy this and add this to your collection. Start that conversation in the comment section below and let me know how excited you are for this release now that you've heard my review score for this. This is one of those I know I've gotten a lot of requests asking me when I was gonna release this review. Well, Kino Lorber sent it to me 2 weeks early for review. It just took me a lot of time to dive into and test it. I have a list of things I go through, and this one just took a little bit longer to go through both of these films. But I'm finally releasing this review, and I hope you're really excited for this release now. Let me know in the comment section below how excited you are. Now, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, and hit that subscribe button. Next up, we have To Live and Die in LA from 1985. It's an action mystery thriller. I can't tell you as far as this film, I was curious how it was going to look on 4K because all previous iterations of To Live and Die in LA have had issues. It's never had a great history on home video, and I never saw it originally in theaters, but my understanding is even in theaters it had issues slightly with some of the things of how it was filmed, audio, and things like that. Well, this is one of those I was curious, was it going to be a massive improvement or wasn't it? Well, as you can notice in the images above, that's the original 2016 Shout Factory Blu-ray release that the image is pulled directly from that you're seeing above, in comparison to Kino Lorber's brand new 4K scan of the original camera negative. And this does have a brand new color grading, HDR, and Dolby Vision master that they did for this. It is a native 4K 2160p, and the image that you see up there is always the direct native image pulled directly from this disc without any artificial things your TV does. Now, I can tell you as far as the image goes on this, it is not perfect. Now, as I referenced, previous iterations on home video were not perfect as well. The 2016 Shout Factory still had speckles and little tears and hairs and blots and splotches. And I can tell you, the new 4K scan, there actually seems to be some more blots, splotches, speckles that appeared even more so on this than what I noticed on Shout Factory's previous Blu Ray release. The image is not amazing looking. It does look better because of the new HDR10 and Dolby Vision master they did for this, and it does help that out color-wise, but on the negative side, it still has drastic color fluctuations throughout it. You'll go through 1 second where everyone looks really tan, to the next second their skin tones look really gray, to the next second their skin tones look really orange, and then they'll go to pink really bad. And I understand that on the Shout Factory Blu Ray, a lot of those issues were present. On this, I seem to notice them even more. It might be because there's more depth and detail to the image because it's a native 4K, but it still has color fluctuations throughout it. And I can tell you, it just does not look amazing. I think I was expecting a whole lot more from it. The film has always been an inconsistent viewing and listening experience. And I can tell you, talking about the audio here, that's another big disappointment. The audio on this is rough. And I will tell you what I mean here. You get an English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and 2.0 mix. But throughout the entire runtime of the film, you'll go from like a song is really shrill and loud, and it's literally 10 notches louder than the audio and dialogue of those talking or sound effects. And it'll get really loud where it feels like it's gonna almost blow your speakers out. Then all of a sudden it gets really, really quiet when they're talking. Then you'll have something like a gunshot that's really shrill and sharp and like digital sounding. Same with some of the audio. It's very processed and digital sounding sometimes. Now, again, in comparison to the previous Blu Ray release, some of those issues existed on the previous Blu Ray release, but they seem to almost get slightly worse on the 4K release. Maybe it's because they went back and did that new scan that it kind of like elevated the levels worse. But I will say it's even louder on this, and the variation between the voices and the music is even higher on this, where I'm telling you, I was going up and down drastically on the remote because it was literally so loud and shrill, it was shaking the wall, and then turn it way down when the music was on, and then all of a sudden now they're talking, I can't hear a darn thing. It's like whisper quiet, gotta turn it up. And some of the times, like I said, their audio and dialogue is just kind of like, I don't know, digital process sounding is about the only term I can think of to use for it. But like I said, because of the audio being louder on this, it seems to be I noticed it even more. And I will tell you, there is times that you have a slightly difficult time even hearing what some of the characters are saying in their dialogue and voices when there's music playing, because the music is so darn loud, it kind of drowns out the dialogue altogether, and you almost can't hear some of the dialogue at all. So as I was referencing, To Live and Die in LA has never had an amazing history of releases on home video. Sadly, it continues that with the 4K Ultra HD release. It literally is just one of those that there was so many things I encountered audio-wise that it was not an enjoyable listening experience. Though, the visual experience was nicer looking in a lot of areas than the previous Blu Ray release, especially the Dolby Vision HDR10 did help the picture have much more life, but it still has all those other issues present on it that aren't fixed, and I don't know if they're ever going to go away because it seems to be something that's baked into the original film elements, and that those are just the way the original film elements are, so when they scan those and even do 4K scans, it's drawing those same issues into the new releases as well. So it is one of those things, though, as always, I'm going to be upfront and honest with all of you about all of my testing results. And that's what I discovered throughout this. Audio and visual wise, you're not getting an amazing, perfect release, and it's just one of those things I was slightly disappointed in. Now, if you've never checked out To Live and Die in LA, I will give a warning. It does have extremely strong language, violence, and strong sexual content and nudity throughout the film. Now, showing what you get in this, you do get this first pressing slip cover on it. Side, it says To Live and Die in LA. Back, it talks about it. You get audio commentary and a bunch of other special features. Inside here, you don't get reversible cover artwork, so on Needful Things, it did have a one-up on that because I liked having the different cover artwork. Inside here, you do get your Blu Ray disc. As always, I exclusively tested that. That's 100% Region A locked. 4K disc. That one is 100% region free. So you can get your 4K disc and play that outside of the US. No issues if you're wanting to import this or buy this. You can play the 4K disc. just make sure to order from that link I posted in the description section and in the comment section right below. Now, getting to a little bit more of my exclusive testing, I dived into the rough average bitrate on this, and it did have a healthy 95 megabits per second. So they did a good job with the high bitrate on this. It's just all of those other baked in and issues with the film and the sound and all of that. It doesn't really matter how high of a bitrate it has when all those other issues are present. It's not a beautiful movie to watch. It's not a beautiful image. And to be 100% honest with you, I did not enjoy my experience watching this. It is one of those films that I just think is very, very rough, sounding and image quality. Getting to my review score, this gets a disappointing 7.4. It's not one of those I can say is a must buy. It's not one of those that if you own the previous Blu Ray that I'm gonna say is a massive upgrade either. Yes, there are things that are an upgrade, but some things almost get worse and pushed out to be more issues on this than the previous Blu Ray was. As always, I'm gonna be honest and upfront with all of you. I appreciate Kino Lorber sending all of these to me early for review as always. But this is one of those that is one of those 4K releases that I just was not impressed with at all, and I was disappointed in. The quality of it is not amazing. You'll sit there and say, man, that audio, for me, I'm a big audio and cinephile, and when I listen to things on my Dolby Atmos system and things like that, I like to have an audio mix that's pleasing to listen to. I'd probably say that was the biggest disappointment of this release overall, is the audio mix is very, very poor sounding. It has so many issues where it's so shrill that it actually hurts my ears. My wife was like, whoa, what is that sound? And when it bothers her, you know it's really bad because she lets a lot of things go that she says, man, I notice more things than she does. But that, she kept saying, man, turn it up, turn it down, turn it up. And it was very, very irritating to her. And that usually tells me that it's way beyond even my level because I'm thinking to myself, man, it's bothering me. But when it bothers her, she lets a lot of things go that I notice. And that was one of those things that just really was disappointing. I hate shrill and tinny and just overall processed and then loud and up and down. And that 10-point difference in the audio mix going up and down and all over the place is just a really frustrating, and it just bothers me for watching a film. So this gets a disappointing 7.4. Let me know in the comment section below if you're still gonna buy it, if you're still gonna get it anyways. I mean, if you love the film anyways and you wanna collect it, a lot of people collect films like this just because they love the film anyways and wanna have it on every iteration of home video. I said there are some things that are upgrades on it over the previous Blu Ray. Just go into it understanding the 7.4 so that way you're not disappointed. Make sure to start that conversation in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on this film. Let me know your thoughts on Needful Things. Let me know which one of these you're gonna buy and upgrade to, and let me know which of these films you're excited for. As always, if you're gonna buy either of these releases on 4K Ultra HD, make sure to use those links I've posted in the description section and as a pinned comment in the comment section right below this video. Those links down there are important. They help to support the creation of exclusive videos like this just a tiny, tiny bit. You get pennies from those links, but they don't cost you even a dime extra. If you enjoyed all the time, the hard work I put into every single one of these exclusive comparison reviews, make sure to join my Collectors VIP Club. As I've said a lot recently, I've had to limit the amount of content that I can release based on my budget, which is extremely small on this channel. I need every single one of your support in the Collectors VIP Club. But that buck or two after YouTube takes its 35%, I get $1. That helps to support the creation of these videos. You have no idea how important that truly is. So make sure if you enjoy these and you want me to continue creating content like this for many years to come, support the channel and these videos through the Collectors VIP Club. I want to say thank you to all my current members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. As always, I truly hope all of you have a blessed day, and I've always got something new, early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.